Hey there, fellow collectors. It's Steven with the Collector's Mixtape, and I just wanted to come on and say hello. It's been a little while since I've made a video, and I've kind of had a busy week with collecting. So I just kind of wanted to share some of the stuff that I've gotten over this past week. This last week has been a great time to go out and hunt for clearance items, especially Masters of the Universe. There's definitely some really good deals out there if you know where to look. I've been kind of stalking this one Walmart, looking at prices, and they've been on clearance, but I just had a feeling that I could get them lower. And it's kind of a risk when you do that, because you don't know if somebody is willing to buy that toy at that clearance price that's set, and not give you the opportunity to wait and get it at a lower price. Luckily, this past week I actually got to do that, and it's really fun when you get to do that and you see that price drop again, and you're like, okay, this is it, this is where I'm coming in at. And you get some really good deals that way. But like I said, it's always a risk when you kind of wait and see if it'll drop again beyond what they initially set the clearance price at. So I want to walk you through that stuff. And then I have a collector friend who has been amazing. He lives in another part of the area, a little further north than I am. And it's great when you have friends who collect, because you have this community and you're both out there hunting and you're both looking, and it just gives you more opportunities, especially when you're in different areas, to find things. And he's been wonderful. I've done stuff for him and gotten things for him, and then vice versa. And so this time it was him helping me, and I got a lot of really cool and great stuff that I'd love to show, so we'll do that too. So let's get to it, and I'll take you through it. Okay, so the first thing, this is one of those things that, I was gonna wait for the price to drop, and the one that was at the Target by my work, it disappeared. Somebody bought it. I don't know if it dropped again or if somebody just thought, like, I said, I'm just gonna ticket it on this price. I think it's a good deal, and so they got it. So I went to the one by my house, and they had one, and it was the clearance price, that first clearance price where it dropped, kind of half, 50%. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to jump in on it, because I really wanted another one to open it, because I want to see Mechanic in the out in the open and see how this little neck piece works. It actually looks a lot like the neck piece. If you ever collect Loyal Subjects, their Masters of the Universe line, their Mechanic has the same little ball joint that you pop the head off and the ball joint fits in, and then it gives you that longer neck. That's exactly how they did theirs. So a little bit of a copy on that with Mattel for this version. So I'm curious to see how that works. And then also, we got the Ground Ripper, and I really want to see how this works too. Especially, it's really cool that it's got the extra head. I have an original Ground Ripper, and it works still. So I'm curious to see how this one works. So I'll be interested to see. So Ground Ripper, 50% off, and that's the first one. So the Roton. So this is the one I was talking about, where I kind of was waiting a little further to see if the price would drop, and kind of just, it was between my house and my work, and I would stop there every morning and scan it with my phone to see where the price was. And it's been $13 forever, and they had like 10 of them. And so the other day, I think 2 days ago, I went by there, scanned it, $5, and I was like, that's it. That's what I want to be at. $5 is a great deal. It's better than a great deal for these things. I'm excited because I have when the Sky Sleds went on clearance, I got those for I think like $10 a piece, and I bought like a ton of them. So I've got like an army of Sky Sleds, and I needed some some Skeletor army machinery to battle those Sky Sleds. So this will give me a little more numbers for that. So I managed to get not one, not two, but 3. And I thought, that's a really good, I wish there was more, but somebody either probably saw them, because they pulled a lot of them out to the clearance aisle. They probably saw them there and bought them there. but there were 3 left in the toy section, and that's where I found mine. So they had 3, and I thought, you know, that's still really good. So I was really excited to, you know, get these 3, open them up, put some figures in them, display them in a cool way. We'll definitely do a review on this Roton. I've got an original of this one as well, so kind of see how they compare and contrast. This one definitely has a lot more parts to it, a lot more cooler features, so I'll be curious to see how that looks. So on to the next thing. All right, so we talked a little bit about, you know, having friends that collect and how that collaboration can really help you in your hunt for specific toys, especially when you're in different areas. You can cover more ground that way and have more opportunities to run into these toys. And I just kind of want to share some of the stuff that he helped me collect. You know, he knows who he is, and I'm just so grateful and thankful for his friendship and his willingness to, you know, help me get these items, especially the ones that are really hard to find. So the first item is a really hard to find item, apparently. You know, I don't know if I really care for this. It's just cool, I think, to have in my collection. And I feel like, you know, I agree with a lot of people. He looks like Cody Rhodes, the wrestler, and I think that's kind of funny. But it is Duplico. So, you know, Sunman. I've got Sunman and I've got Pighead. But that's really it for that line. He's kind of a cool figure. He looks more like a wrestler to me than he does a Masters figure. But yeah, he's pretty cool and, you know, hard to get. So I'm glad to finally, you know, see what he looks like in person. And yeah, he's a pretty cool figure, I guess. But yeah, he definitely looks like Cody Rhodes. All right, the next one is a Mattel's Creation exclusive, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get it. He grabbed 2. He's like, hey, if you change your mind, I've got one for you. And I was like, you know what, I'll get it. I mean, it's a little strange. It's a little strange figure. I do like the weapons, and I kind of like the gold on the purple. And it's He Skeletor. So this was a Mattel Creations exclusive. You know, kind of this, you know, version of Skeletor switched with He-Man. You know, you got Battle Cat looking like Panther over here, and you know, He-Man looking like Skeletor. So I haven't really read the comic book yet, and you know, it talks about the most powerful Keldor in the universe, in the multiverse. So now we're actually getting into the multiverse of Masters of the Universe with the toy line. So it's pretty interesting, and you know, if I do a review, I'll learn a little bit more, and you know, hopefully have a little bit more to say about this guy. But yeah, he's all right. He's, you know, not as cool as Wondar, but he's a pretty cool figure. All right, we'll switch it up. And the next thing that he got for me, which, you know, I went to Walmart today and they had a ton of them, and so, you know, was hard to find, not so much anymore. They're kind of just everywhere now, especially in Walmarts. I think Walmarts are changing out their toy section and doing a reset of a lot of stuff. And when I went, they had a ton of Shipwrecks and a ton of Rock and Roll. So yeah, Shipwreck. And I'm really excited about this one. I've got the vintage 3.5 you know, O-ring version of Shipwreck, and I'm going to definitely do a review of this figure with the contrast and comparison of the vintage one, and just kind of look and see how they match up. And you know, I hope he has a good face. You know, you never can tell. Sometimes you get wonky eyes, or you know, who knows. I collected Black Series at the beginning, and so I know a lot about wonky eyes with my figures. So yeah, I'm really excited to open him up and see how it looks. And then finally, this was another one that was, you know, at first difficult to find, but now they're kind of appearing everywhere, and that is Mossman. You know, this one, it was kind of strange because, you know, we would order him, the stores that said they had him, and then they would cancel. And so we did it a couple times, and my friend said he thought he found one up north. So he went there and found 4 of them and grabbed 3 and grabbed me 1. And so yeah, I got it in my collection, and I gotta say, this is amazing. Like, I never owned Mossman for some reason as a kid, and I love this figure. You know, even though I own one, if I find them again, I'm gonna buy another one just so I can have it, you know, to take out and play with. But yeah, 2 head sculpts, which is really cool. I mean, the price tag of $40 is it's a lot, and I bet you if these populate enough, we'll find these on clearance at some point, maybe for, you know, half that price, hopefully. It would be cool, but like I said, some stores are getting like 18, 20, and some are getting 4, so you never know. But man, this artwork on the back is incredible, and I just, you know, it's very cool to see this kind of artwork on these boxes, because, you know, as somebody who does collect a lot of in-box stuff, I mean, I do definitely collect out of box. All my classes, my G.I. Joe classifieds, I take out, and same with my Black Series. But Motif, for some reason, I just, you know, they're on cards, they look so cool, you know, just being as they are. So I do keep most of this stuff in box. But, you know, I try to find things that are on clearance sales, you know, to get multiples, so I can, you know, also have them open as well. So, but I do have the vintage toys too. So when I display, usually back here, I've got like this one shelf, and I will switch between, you know, the Mega Constructs to the Origins to the vintage, and just do displays and just to mix it up. So right now I've got Mega Constructs up there, and yeah, so if I get another one of these, I'll switch to the Origins and put them out and see what, you know, we can do with them. So very cool figure. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed all the other content that I've been creating. Give me some feedback in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you have to say, and, you know, kind of improve as I go along making these videos. So I am grateful, I feel blessed, and I just want to say thank you again. And we'll see you back here next time at the Collector's Mixtape. Bye for now.